Welcome students. In the last video, you learned how to create a binary file by writing some records over it. And we could successfully create the file too. But when we tried to read its content by opening that binary file directly, we came across a problem that we were not able to understand its contents because they were in machine format. Can we open such a file, binary file, so that we are able to read its contents? For this purpose, children, you have to properly read the records of the binary file with the help of load function of the pickle module. So how to read the contents of the binary file so that you may understand it? So for this purpose, you need to first of all import pickle module, because you will make use of load function. Now you know what this load function does. Whenever you want the data to be read, it first deserializes it, means it first unpickles it in its original form. You must be remembering that when we write any object on the binary file, it was pickled, it was converted into byte stream, it was converted into machine language and then written. Okay, so when you want to read it and understand it as well, you have to unpickle it so that it is converted in its original form, means the form in which it was required to be written on the file. Okay, so this is done with the help of load function. Now see here, second step is open the required file in any of the reading modes. Now as per your requirement, you open the file in reading mode, and since it is a binary file, so make sure that it has the letter B in the mode as well. Then after opening the file, you can start reading using load function of the pickle module, which unpickles the data coming from the file. Clear? What is the syntax now? Syntax is object name is equal to pickle.load file handle name. Now here you have to call the function, load function, with the help of the module name, and then you have to pass the name of the file handle, means from which passage it has to get that data from the file and receive in your program file. Okay, so this file handle is mentioned here, and you know that only one file is associated with a file handle at a time, so it knows from where I have to fetch the data, unpickle it and then return it. Now see, the read object is getting returned, so the returned object has to be stored somewhere. Whenever any function returns you any result, you have to store it in some variable so that you may utilize it later. Okay, so that in the same way, load function will read the object, unpickle it and then return you that object. So that object has to be received in an object name. So for this we keep a variable ready here so that we can receive the result. Now see the example. Suppose you want to read a list object, okay, from a binary file named story.dat, which was opened using file handle fh. So if fh was the file with the help of which you opened this file for reading, what will happen? How you will write it? See, you have to store it in the variable p, means the object read and returned has to be stored in p. So the statement will be p is equal to pickle.load fh. So p is the object name, compare it with the syntax. P is the object name, then fh is the file handle. Okay, you can see in the syntax, file handle name is fh and pickle.load. So what will happen? It will read one object from the file associated with file handle fh and it will assign it to the variable p. So p is holding the object which you have right now read from the file associated with fh. Okay, so now you know, children, that you can this way read the object from the file. But you know, children, while reading the contents of a binary file, you might encounter some certain exceptional situations. And what are those situations? Like suppose you are reading from an empty file. Suppose you wanted to read the data, you opened the file was existing but it was not having any data inside it, and you are trying to read. So in that case what will happen, if you are reading from an empty file, load function will not get anything to read. Then in that case load function will raise an exception that there is nothing in the file is empty, or the end of file has reached. Okay, so to handle such problematic exceptional situations, we need to make use of try except block. Okay, now what happens in this block? This block is used to handle exceptional situations that might occur during the execution of a program. So it is not always that this problem is going to occur. It will only happen in exceptional situations, and in order to handle those exceptional situations yourself, you have to make use of try except block. And if in case you don't handle them yourself, what will happen? System will raise error. Okay, so if you don't want system to handle those errors and you want to handle those errors yourself, then in that case you make use of try except block. Now see what is happening in the what happens with try and except block. The try block is used to test a block of code for errors. That is, within the try block you write the code which you suspect will generate error. Okay, and within the except block you write the code to handle that exceptional error and avoid abnormal termination of the program. Children, see, whenever any exceptional situation occurs, your program terminates abnormally and abruptly, because of which many problems might come. Okay, because suddenly your program has stopped, you were not able to close the file, you were not able to do the complete work which you wanted to do with that file, and suddenly your program stopped. So if you want to avoid such things, then always make use of try except block. So the code which might generate error is written within try block, and the code which will handle the error raised is written in the except block. Now see the syntax. Syntax says you have to write try and put a colon. Okay, because you have to write a set of statements which will be a part of this try block. So whatever code you suspect would raise error, you write it within the try block. And in the except block, what you have to do, you have to write except, and then you have to write the name of the exceptional error that is getting raised right now, or the exceptional error that you want to handle. Okay, I will be discussing few common exceptional errors which will occur during reading from a binary file in some time. And see the syntax: exception name, then you put a colon, and then you write the code to handle the error raised. Okay. Now see here, in the example I have written f.open abc.dat, RB. Children, I have told you when I was making you understand file modes, I told you that when you are opening a file for reading, and if that file is not found, it will raise input output error. It will say that I did not find the file to be opened, so how will I open it for reading? So it will instantly give you an exceptional error, which is input output error. So if you don't want system to handle that input output error and you want to handle it yourself, then write this statement of opening the file within try block, and in the except you mention that I am going to handle input output error here, and instead of system giving the error itself, what it will be writing? It will be writing unable to open file. So when this statement will come in front of the end user, then the end user will simply understand that you tried to open a file which system was not able to open, and then you can handle it. You will see whether this file is existing or not, and you will handle it yourself. So this is one of the examples where the file to be opened was not existing, and therefore I handled it myself and wrote the statement, printed the statement, unable to open the file. So here are two very common exceptional errors that you will face while reading data from a binary file. First is input output error, which gets raised when input output operation fails due to some input output related issue like file not found, which I discussed right now. And second is end of file error. Suppose you are reading from a file, you are trying to read from a file which is empty, or you have already read so many objects and now you are at the end of the file and still you are trying to read object from that. So when the contents of the file are finished and still you are trying to read, you will not get anything to read. So in that case, this end of file error gets raised. So this you can handle with the help of this EOF error. So having studied these common exceptional errors, you are now ready to read the contents from the binary file with the help of load function. Clear? So I will continue this discussion in my next video. Thank you, children.